Yeah. I just didn't realize you were gonna make it like a breakfast.
Well, I wanted you to know that we remembered. Jordan had to go to morning practice, but we're all gonna be there for your next meeting when you get your chip.
It's really sweet, but 18-month chips aren't really a big deal, so.
Big deal to us.
I've even heard some call them like whiner chips. Anyway, I've been going to a closed meeting, so only other addicts allowed.
Oh.
What's up, All-American fans? We're back for another review and recap for All-American Season 3, Episode 5. If you're a fan of All-American, if you love All-American, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on All-American, you get them. Now, the title to this episode is How Come? And the description for this episode reads, after Spencer gets some sage advice, he and the team rally around Chris to help him with his trauma, leaving Spencer to realize it's time to be honest with Coop to get over his. Laura grows concerned about Olivia's sobriety when she notices a change in her behavior, resulting in Laura doing something that could jeopardize their relationship. Jordan gets sidelined during a game, but his eagerness to get back on the field might have a long-term consequence. Meanwhile, Layla hits a dead end with her lawsuit, so Patience takes matters into her own hands, knowing Coop won't be happy when she finds out. I thought the episode was dope, man. I definitely thought it was a great episode. I'm just gonna get right into it. Now, when the episode first starts, we see Jordan, he gets hurt. It shows Beverly playing football and Jordan gets hurt. They tell him that he can't go back on the field until he takes some tests to prove that he's able to get back out there, to prove that his body is able to go out on the football field and do what it normally does. Now, at the beginning, we see both Beverly and Crenshaw playing a game. Actually, we don't really see Crenshaw playing, but apparently they lost another game. They lost bad, and Billy talks to the team. He's saying that, look, they lost 2 games, but they can't be losing anymore. As of right now, they're 0-2. And some dude was texting while Billy was trying to talk to the team. And Billy got mad. He was like, look, I'm talking to you too, man. Get off that phone. So, he gives a speech to the team. Billy is a real determined and motivated coach. I really love him as a coach. Now, Coop and Patience see that Mo is sitting in their spot. And we see that Mo is doing a speech that went viral. She's telling everybody that, she's offering legal aid for free and stuff like that. Now, Olivia runs into a girl that used to go to meetings with her. Her name is Amber, and they had the same sponsor. I guess they were like a sobriety sister or whatever. She just wants to know if Olivia is okay because apparently she hasn't been going to meetings and she hasn't been following the right steps for her sobriety and stuff. Now, we see Crenshaw practicing, and it's just Billy practicing with Chris. Billy is trying to get Chris right for the next game because Chris is really messing up. Billy wants him to improve or he's just going to have to bench him. Next, we see Spencer talking to his therapist about Coop being the stuck point. Spencer says he needs to be healed by Friday because they're 0-2 and he can't afford to lose any more games. He said he needs to be honest with Coop, but he doesn't know how. The therapist tells Spencer that the only way he's going to get past this is to be fully honest with Coop, no matter what. And he doesn't think he can do it, but he has no choice. Now, Spencer talks to Layla on the phone and asks how the talk with her pops went because, she's going after her pops for the contract with Patience and everything. He gives Layla some advice that Dr. Spears gave him, that the therapist gave him. He gives it to Layla, and it really helps Layla in her time of need. Now, Olivia comes downstairs and Laura made breakfast for her 18th month sober anniversary. Now, Olivia is acting kind of strange. She doesn't want to eat the breakfast. She says she appreciates it, but she'll eat breakfast on the way. Now, we see Beverly in the locker room. JJ is happy about his touchdowns and the way he's been playing and everything. Coach Montez says Jordan can't practice until he completes protocol testing, so JJ is going to be QB1 until Jordan is cleared. Now, we see Spencer, he sees Coop at school and he doesn't want to talk to her. You know, she's standing on the steps and he just looks at her and then he walks away. Now, Billy talks to Spencer about if Chris mentioned practice with him, and he wants Spencer to talk to Chris about improving his game. You know, Spencer doesn't think that's a good idea because him and Chris aren't on good terms right now, but Billy really needs Spencer to do this. Now, Spencer goes to the restaurant to talk to Chris. He said that if Chris doesn't up his game, then the coach really is thinking about benching him. And Chris tells Spencer that he blames him for when he got hit. He said that he never thought he was gonna walk again, and now every time he plays with Spencer, like every time he looks at Spencer as his teammate, he thinks that's gonna happen again, and he doesn't trust Spencer. So Coop might be Spencer's stuck point, but apparently Spencer is Chris's stuck point. Now, Grace and Spencer talk. He tells her about how Chris feels, and Grace just gives him some good advice and says, look, Chris is your friend. You know, he's just upset right now. Grace says that Spencer needs to let Chris know that he's always gonna be there for him and nothing changed with the brotherhood and stuff. Grace always gives Spencer some good advice. I love how she talks to Spencer because she keeps it real, for real. Now, Laura calls Billy and she says, do you think Olivia is using again? And Laura says the signs are all there, and she says that, look, she has her hairbrush laying out and I think I'm gonna test it. But Billy says that they cannot invade her privacy like that. You know, they have to trust her. They can't break the trust. He says that he wants to talk to her first before anything. Now, Spencer talks to Billy about benching Chris. He says to just give Chris a little more time. Now, Olivia and Asher are studying, and Asher is trying to make plans like he's the coach. And Jordan says, you're trying to make plays for JJ, not for me. And Jordan is super pissed off at Asher. He's only pissed off at Asher because he can't play himself. He's just taking it out on everybody else. He mentions how Asher was using steroids and how he gave the team's plays to the other team. And Jordan was just going off. And then he was like, look, I can't take this. I'm out of here. Now, Layla talks to Patience with Spencer about leverage against her dad. Then we see Jordan talk to Manny about his problems. And it's cool that Manny is there for all the players. That's what's up because he's been through the NFL, he's been through everything, so he can give the right advice to the players. Patience goes over and talks to Mo. She said she needs answers to her questions. She said she better not be trying to get back at anybody for Tyrone. And she just keeps it real with Mo. You know, she's trying to protect her girl, Coop. Now, Olivia meets Billy for lunch, and she isn't eating real food, just a smoothie. So Billy is really worried, and Olivia is like, look, you must have talked to mom. It's okay, it's fine. I'm not using, don't worry about it. And Billy was like, okay, I just needed to check on you. I just needed to make sure. And Olivia is like, okay, I appreciate you checking on me, but I'm fine. I do understand why Laura feels the way she does because Olivia is kind of acting weird. You know, she's not eating. She's acting weirder than normal. So it does make sense as to why Laura feels the way she does, why she wanted to test her hairbrush. But then I also feel Billy on why he wanted to take Olivia out for lunch and talk to her before Laura did anything. Now we see Jordan practicing to get back on the team. He was testing his senses and stuff like that. Now Asher comes and talks to Jordan, and Jordan apologizes for what he said earlier. Montez says Jordan can suit up because he's been cleared, and so is Asher. So Asher finally got his jersey back, and he's gonna be playing on the team again, and I've never seen Asher so happy. Now we see Jordan gets nauseous, and we see that he has anti-nausea medicine in his locker. Now Amber shows up to Olivia's house and she asks if Olivia is using again. She just comes right out and says it. And she's trying to help as a friend, I guess. Olivia said, look, we ain't even friends like that. We've only hung out a couple times. And then she tells Amber that she drinks sometimes and that's it. She says she knows her limits and that's all she does. Now we see Frosto giving Chris a speech, and then Spencer walks up and Chris blames Spencer again for something. And Spencer says, yo, chill, I have your back. And we see Billy come around the corner and he says, yo, are y'all gonna get to the game or what? Billy says they're gonna win and they're gonna keep winning. Now the game is in progress and Crenshaw is getting whooped. You know, they're getting their ass whooped. and they don't want to lose for the third time, so they're trying their hardest. Now, Coop sees Patience in the hallway, and she asks Patience where she's been. Patience says JP released her from her contract, and Coop is happy for Patience until she says that she had Mo help her out. And of course, Coop gets mad and she's like, why would you do that? Like, why would you have Mo, out of all people, help you out? She is here for revenge. You can't be doing that. And then Patience, she tells Coop what she needs to hear, and she tells Coop that she needs to stop letting this Mo stuff consume her. Now we see Crenshaw is getting beat pretty bad, and Chris keeps getting tackled, and so does Spencer. It seems like Spencer's arm is messing up again. They are like 4th and inches, and then Spencer wants to go for it. Crenshaw starts making progress, and then they end up winning. They did super good in the second half. So now they're 1-2. Now Olivia is at home eating. Laura comes home and says that she owes her an apology. She says that she tested her hair and that she hasn't opened the results yet. She only did it because Olivia was acting weird and stuff. And Olivia didn't even get mad. She told her to open it. So she opened it and it said negative for everything. But we know that Olivia is drinking. That's the reason why it said negative for like opiates, cocaine, and stuff like that. Because yeah, she's not using drugs, but she is drinking. And it seemed like Olivia was gonna tell her the truth, but then Laura got a call. Now we see Olivia, she's in the bathroom and she's getting ready to drink. She has a drink in her water bottle, and then Jordan comes in and kicks her out, and we hear Jordan puking. Now Spencer is eating cereal, and Grace comes in and says that they need to celebrate and eat real food, like real food. And then we hear a knock at the door. It's Coop. Grace leaves the room, and Coop and Spencer start talking, and Coop says, yo, when is it like you to not check for me after a game? And Coop starts telling Spencer about her problems with Patience, and then Spencer starts saying how he feels. He says that he warned Coop about Sean, he warned Coop not to get in the gang, he warned Coop not to go after Tyrone and do everything that she did. And then Coop is like, man, what is wrong with everybody today? And then Spencer keeps it real with Coop. You know, Coop gets kind of mad. She's like, man, so you blame me for the shooting? And Spencer is like, yeah, I do. Because now I can't even trust my own body. And then that's the end of the episode. But next episode is going to get real, especially because Spencer kept it real with Coop. I can't wait to see what happens next. Are they going to stay mad at each other? Are they going to make up? I mean, they are the bestest of friends, so I can't wait to see what happens next. But this episode, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a solid episode. What did you guys think of this one? Comment down below and let me know. I'm loving this show, man. I love this show. I think the first season was the best. You know, there was so much mystery to the first season. I liked the storyline when we thought maybe Billy was Spencer's dad. I liked that storyline. But this season is pretty good too. The second season was my second favorite, and the third season is my third. I like the third season the least so far, but it's still good. But comment your thoughts down below and let me know what you thought of this episode. Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all all-American content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I got links below to the PayPal and Cash App accounts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.